Hello everybody, welcome to the video. So, daily race C on Gran Turismo Sport this week is Super Formula Cars Toyota variant at Fuji. 14 laps. This is to reflect the real life event that took place at Fuji at the weekend, although that was in torrential rain from what I've seen, so slightly different conditions in our race. So the settings for this are 8 times tyre wear and 8 times fuel depletion. I did a few practice races in custom settings against the AI, using the same settings. When I started, it became apparent quite quickly that there was a few strategies that could be used in this. Pretty much you're going to have to make a pit stop. Not impossible to do the non-stop, as you'll see, but it's certainly not going to be the quickest way. So just a few strategies that I came up with that you might want to take note of, adapt, use, up to yourself. Anyway, we'll move on and we'll take a look at what was possible on the non-stop. So it is possible, you can do it, but you have to put the fuel map into 6 in short shift. And you will get 14 laps out of the car. However, you're going to be slow. That lap time there is about 5 seconds at least off what you want to be doing on any other strategy. And you can't even beat the AI on professional, which is ridiculous. So moving on, we've got the aggressive one-stop strategy. If you drive flat out, you've got about 5 to 6 laps worth of fuel. So you're going to have to save a bit of fuel even on this strategy, even though I've called it the aggressive one-stop strategy. But the idea behind this is we're going to use up all our fuel on each stint. A little bit of short shifting, a little bit of coasting through the odd corner in a higher gear than you normally would. Should get you that extra lap out. In this strategy you can run on fuel mixture 1 the entire time, so there's no messing about with fuel mixtures, which is something I don't like doing. And you're looking to get to the halfway point, 7 laps at your tank, pit for new tyres, fill the tank back up and basically run the same sort of pace in the second half of the race. So here I'm on my inlap. Lap times here are sort of range between mid to low 23s. Seems to be a reasonable pace to do it. I haven't used the boost function at all. You're saving fuel. Using the boost is going to use your fuel up a lot quicker than when you're trying to save fuel. So in this instance, it would be different in a race. Well, races are always different. I've sort of ran these strategies under optimal conditions, so I've started in pole position and I've not had any overtaking to do. I'm also running traction control on 1. I find traction control on the Super Formula cars at 1 quite handy. I don't normally run traction control on any other car. In the Super Formula cars, it tends to help because they're quite wild on corner exit. So here we're coming in for a pit stop. We've got half a lap worth 7% of fuel. Let's tap the barrier there. So new sets of tyres, boys. Thank you very much. Let's get some fuel going, and you're going to see here you're going to stop a long time in the pit lane. Fill the tank back up, takes forever. So 5.5, 96, come on, and there's the 7 laps that we need, and off we go. So that pit time is 28.3. The pit stop has cost us about 25 seconds compared to our previous lap time. You come back round, your in lap's a little bit quicker, so I reckon the cost of that pit stop's about 24 seconds. So here we are on our final lap, and we've actually caught up with the AI, because the AI is so bad in the game that you can lap them even on the highest setting quite comfortably. So that previous lap, you can see it's a 23.8. We were kind of slightly held up by one of the cars, so it's cost us about half a second here, and we're going to catch these guys at just the worst possible time, which is also going to cost us some time on this lap. So we get by this guy okay, compromised line, This guy here is going to cost us massively because he just decides to park on the apex of the corner on the racing line. Brilliant, thanks very much. We run wide, we get dirty tyres, and that causes us to have a bit of a slide as we come out the last corner here. So up to the finish line, and this is the aggressive one-stop strategy coming to a finish. That lap time there, heavily compromised, a 1:25.5, that's at least 2 seconds slower than what we would normally do, and a half second from the previous lap. I would say the finishing time there would be about 19:55, so remember that, 19:55 for the aggressive one-stop strategy. Okay, so this strategy here is the fuel-saving one-stop. The idea here has been we'll save some fuel over the course of the stint. We'll make our pit stop a lot shorter. You can see the lap times are a bit slower here. We're in the mid-23s for the aggressive one stop. We're sort of in the 24s, mid-24s, so about a second a lap slower on this strategy. And to sort of save that fuel, I'm running it in fuel mixture 2 and a little bit of short shifting. That gets you, saves a good bit of fuel over the course of the lap, and as we come into particularly these kind of corners, just rolling the car around in 3rd gear. You'd normally take these in 2nd if you were really going aggressive, just to get that pop out the corner, but 3rd gear just saves the fuel. Also makes the car just that bit more manageable. The Super 4 cars are very aggressive in lower gears as you come out in these tight corners, particularly something like Fuji. So this is our in lap. As you can see, we're coming in, we have 25% fuel, that's 19% more than we had on the aggressive one stop. And you're going to see it makes a big difference to how long you're stopped for. So again, change tyres, get the fuel in. Some people don't change tyres. I'll, big advocate, always change tyres on a pit stop. Always change tyres. The options here are mediums, racing medium, racing softs. It's softs all the way. So our pit time there is 22.5, and that's nearly 6 seconds less than the aggressive one-stop strategy. As we join the car here, we're on our final lap of this stint. We've actually done a better job in the 2nd stint. We're in the 23s. So I'd say it's high 23s, low 24s are really the sort of lap time you should be doing. So it's probably working out about 7/10 to a second slower a lap than the aggressive one stop. You're making a good chunk of time back up in the pit stop. So something to be considered. And then when we get to the end of this lap here, you'll see we've actually got a surplus of fuel, so we've moved it on to fuel mixture 1 just for the last lap. That could happen. So this, you know, if you've got a bit of fuel left in the last couple of laps, then use it up. There's no point, you can't take it with you to the next race. Use it up, lap faster. Also be handy if you happen to be battling with somebody, or alternatively, it just gives you a little bit of fuel to use your boost to defend your position. So again, just catching the AI here at the end of this strategy. And this is definitely, I don't think the finishing time you see here is going to be optimal. I think it's at least 4 seconds more in this strategy, maybe even a bit more. But as we come across the line, our finishing time will pop up. That's a 20.0V compared to the 1955 of the other strategy, but I reckon they'll certainly get into the 19s on that strategy. So this might shock you, but the 2-stop is a viable strategy at this race. So this is the all-out aggressive, on the limit the entire time. This is your Michael Schumacher in Hungary 1998. Michael was told to do 18 qualifying laps. Well, in this strategy you're doing 14 qualifying laps. And you're going to make 2 pit stops, you're going to take new tyres on both of them, and you're going to use up your boost. Use your boost strategically through the lap to get the sort of best lap time. So that's on the exit of turn 1, exit of turn 4, and the exit of the last corner. Well, that's where I will use it anyway, and you're aiming to use about a third of your boost per stint. This strategy I would say is not for everyone. This is for the really fast guys out there. The aliens, the so-called aliens, you know, maybe it's a challenge to themselves. If they're finding things too easy, they could try and win with a 2-stop. So as you can see, lap times are about a second faster than even the aggressive 1-stop strategy, and we're coming in with practically no fuel. So new tyres, and I've actually done 6 laps in that first stint. I managed to eke out 6 laps. So the next 2 stints are just going to be 4 laps each. Now, because you've burnt through the fuel really aggressively, the pit stop actually takes a bit longer than even the fuel saving one, even though you're only putting 4 laps of fuel in compared to 7 laps worth of fuel. So it's about 2 seconds slower than the fuel saver, and about 4 seconds quicker than the aggressive 1-stop. So here we are in for our second pit stop. Again, we're on lap 10, we're only 11, 12, 13 and 14 to do, so 4 laps of fuel. Here we go boys, well done, let's go. Again, sort of pit duration, just about the same. So this strategy, you make a mistake on this strategy though, that's the danger of this strategy. If you're running the car in fuel mix 1, you're on the limit. The chances of making a mistake and blowing it completely are much greater than the other 2 strategies, but people like to race flat out. This is the strategy for you. Give it a try. You can see very consistent lap times for every sort of fly lap's been in the 22s. The out laps, the in laps and the out laps are pretty fast as well, and as we come across the line to complete the last lap of the race, we've got a surplus of fuel, we've still got 10%, so again, the more times you do the race you can start adjusting these things, and as we finish we set the fastest lap of the race, so ideal. And as our finishing things up, that's a 19:57.9, so a little bit slower than the aggressive 1-stop strategy, and certainly in the same ballpark as the fuel saving ones. So 3 strategies for you to consider. Finishing time for each one fairly similar, within 2-3 seconds of each other. But of course, I've ran these in optimal conditions. I've not had any traffic to contend with, I've not picked up any penalties. Races are always different, so and depending on where you start and what happens to you, often dictates your strategy and what you're going to do. But just something I wanted to put together to share with people. So I think Daily Race C is going to be a fun race this week. Super Formula cars are always quite good fun to drive. There's certainly strategic options open to run the race in different ways, and yeah, it should be a good one. So enjoy the racing guys, keep it clean, and this is something I'm maybe going to do a bit more often on maybe FIA races, and Daily Race C is maybe talk about strategic options. So all it's left to say is thank you very much for watching, if you managed to make it to the end with my Scottish accent. Thank you.